What were some "I can't believe I'm getting paid for this" moments at your job? My old job deliberately gave us downtime when work was slow and wouldn't give us more to do till like 3. So me and my coworkers downloaded Left 4 Dead and played co-op lol, but then the bosses were mad we had so much free time, like WTF, you're the ones who decided to make it like this. I write smut for a living. Every now and then, I write a line or get an idea for a story that's so ridiculously over the top that I genuinely have to take a step away from my laptop for a second and question exactly how it is this became my life. My personal favorite is the very nice email I got from someone who wanted me to commission me to write a story about him being sounded by a Hot Wheels car. He wanted the first half of the story to be about the car stretching out his urethra as it went in great detail, and the second half to be about the darnage the car's wing mirrors did to his pee-hole as it came out. I politely declined. I also love my job, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want to do anything else. It's just fluffing odd sometimes. Closing parenthesis. Worked retail and had to sticker hundreds of items of clothing with little black sale stickers. Just as I'm finishing up, I was told they changed their mind and wanted me to use red stickers instead. So I went back over every item with red stickers. It was also a public holiday in Australia, so I was paid 2.5x my average pay, and spent 6 hours of my shift doing just that. Right, fluffing now. I work in a call center for a government body here in the UK. Since February, I've been paid £12 an hour to fluffing sit here and do fluff all. I have taken personally, myself, since February, 6 calls. But garbage, I am bored. I used to make video content for social media to drive ticket sales for a major arts festival. I would go to the tech rehearsal for major operas, plays, ballet, etc. There would be the full cast and orchestra performing as if they were playing to a full house, but it was just me and my camera. I could move around to get the right shot. I could go backstage and interview the performers and whoever else was in my brief to talk to. I got to tour around with an opera once. I have no background in this. I'm completely self-taught and had only done really pedestrian jobs before this. It was amazing. I never would have wanted to go to an opera or ballet before this came along. If you ever have the chance to see something like this, go. It's not as boring as you think it will be. In a past job, albeit a low-paid one, I got to help raise a baby sea otter, and one day I had the task of combing and fluffing up her fur to keep her waterproof and help her float. I was literally being paid to groom an adorable baby otter. I work 8 hours a day. I actually work 20 minutes to a half hour of that. I read Reddit most of the day. Expos. They bought my department first-class high-speed train tickets to get there, paid all food, rooms, etc. and let us wander around and see all the technology and innovations. Every customer or supplier of ours waved us into their booth, gave us beer, food, and free swag. After the expo, there was a company party on the expo floor in our booth, free food, booze, and seeing probably 90% of senior staff of our company completely hammered. Aside from that, as a recent grad who had previously only had temp and part-time jobs, I'm still amazed I have paid vacation, and a lot of it at that. I was a photojournalist. Getting paid to sit on the sidelines of major sporting matches, at the sound desk, or in the pit of bands from AC/DC to ZZ Top, meet all sorts of interesting people and create a photo to help tell their story. I photographed John Cleese during a sound check. He went on a 20-minute rant about photographers. I had to ask him to stop as I was laughing so hard I couldn't take pictures. Met Jackie Stewart and heard him speak about his time as a Formula One driver. It was an amazing job, and one I was very lucky to do for as long as I did. Some days I would think, some people would pay to be able to do this. There were garbage days too. Sitting in the hot sun at a murder scene all day, watching police bag evidence sucks, as does attending car crashes in the middle of the night, in the rain. But I remember the good days better than the bad ones. I once worked as a graphic designer for a well-known website Facebook page about movies, series, video games, music, and sometimes I had to do very poor photo edits, like pasting a famous actor's head on the body of a cartoon character to illustrate the fact that this character will have this famous actor's voice in this movie. Or things like that. I was asked to do the garbagetiest edit possible to make the post funny. Not at my job, but I was once in a documentary of the miners' strike. I got paid to spend a weekend throwing fake rocks at fake cops, shouting at them. It was so much fun. I lifeguarded for 3 years, so a lot. When it gets rainy and everyone leaves the pool, they normally keep us around just in case it clears up. We watch TV and raid the snack bar. We play in the pool sometimes and blast music on the speakers. Having a party with a bunch of cute girl lifeguards while getting paid by the hour equals not a bad gig. I used to get paid to hack into companies' networks. For the longest time it was I can't believe I get to do this legally and get paid stupid amounts of money for it. Then it just started pissing me off when I realized all the company's network security suck. Many were hiring me for a compliance check box, and when I'd come back the following year they hadn't done anything, in some cases not even changed the darn passwords I used from the year prior. I now maintain a large list of companies I will never do business with using any type of credit card because I'm 110% positive it will be compromised if it hasn't been already. A positive one. I get to teach kids how to play Dungeons & Dragons for 6 weeks every summer. Rolling into work dressed in an elf princess costume and getting to play a game for 7 hours a day, it feels unreal. I'm still incredulous every time that direct deposit hits. Oh hey, I can answer this one. I'm a dog trainer and we help dogs that are reactive to other dogs when on leash, i.e. barking, lunge at dogs when on walks, and one of the ways we do this is to drag a stuffed dog around, looks realistic, at a distance. You even talk to the stuffed dog, pet it, and pretend to feed it. All of this is happening while another trainer feeds the real dog anytime they see the fake dog. I've legit been asked if I'm crazy before until people figure out we are training a dog. Edit, wow. This is my most popular comment to date. For those wondering what this is, it is a form of behavior modification. To find trainers who do stuff like this, try searching for trainers, remote or in person, certified through the Academy for Dog Trainers. I am certified through this organization and we get a very heavy dose of behavior modification for this stuff. Make sure the trainers are force-free and positive and that they never punish a dog for reacting. The latter will never help and will only make things worse. Client wanted do a small tenant improvement to their existing office space and had existing PDF drawings of the office building, floor plans, cross-sections etc. I quoted the client $2,000 for architectural permit plans, which would include redrawing the existing PDFs in AutoCAD and then drawing the proposed plans. Before I started the task of redrawing the PDFs, I had the idea. I Google searched PDF to DWG converter. To my surprise, there were many softwares that did this type of conversion. I managed to finish the entire project in about 5 hours. Literally 70% of my time at work is spent sitting at my desk bullgarbageting around. Pretty much that. Working in it, getting paid to be a professional Googler basically. I sometimes use Paint to alter screenshots of a technical drawings which I then paste into PowerPoint to add annotations and then print the whole thing into monochrome PDF. And you best believe we're changing big money for all of this. Also, we print every email. I'm doing a project right now that a drunk monkey could do with his hands tied behind his back. Microsoft Excel copy-paste beep boop beep. Anytime a client takes me out for lunch or invites me to a golf or shooting tourney. But the craziest for me was when I was taken to a 4-hour lunch to a high-end steak house on Warren Buffett's credit card. That was pretty dope. I'm a waiter and if there's a mistake or a takeaway no-show we get to eat it. Often we get paid to stand around and smear pizza at it. Wow, so obviously smear was supposed to be eat. Just wow. Probably the opposite end of the spectrum than intended, but I work as a professional photo retoucher for a mid-sized e-commerce site that focuses on women's clothing. So one day I was going through and editing lookbook images, meaning we outsourced a photographer, got a more expensive model, and shot on location, and in order to know which images we have a spreadsheet which gives me an image number, a deadline, and editing notes which is something specific they want done to the image. This is where things getting interesting. I am working my way through all of my edits when I come to an image number with a single editing note, remove horse genitals. Of course I think it's odd and kind of funny but only expect to maybe have to remove a couple equine testes. So I open the image, the model in a field sporting a yellow fluffy coat walking a horse by the reins, and a massive, fully unsheathed, red rocket hanging low. As I spent the next 5 minutes gingerly, and artfully, making sure this slong doesn't make it to the public, I couldn't help but keep asking myself how TF I am being paid to Photoshop away a horse's slong. Edit. Wow, my most upvoted comment ever is about a horse slong. Guess I'm the horsecock guy now. I had to rub oil on a model's leg for a photo shoot. It was a positive, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this.